Glad to have you with us from Kenan Stadium in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. A top 25 showdown coming up. Two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. It's the UCLA Bruins and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rowe is down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Hey guys, even though there will be a great home field advantage today, Coach told me before the game he understands the SEC is a line of scrimmage league. That's why he is really trying to prove that the ACC can battle with them in the trenches. He said this will be a huge matchup to test his team, and he'll have to be very good on the play calls. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. And the Bruins kicker headed to the football. The crowd eager, and off we go. The start of a new season. On the run from inside his own 5. He's forced out of bounds at his own 19-yard line. An excellent job of coverage on that one. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Crosses the 30. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. After that big gainer to open things up, they'll put it in play from the 40. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Got him on the RPO. And they knock him down. There was nowhere to go. Defense is swarming. Guys, let's talk a little bit about North Carolina. You start the season, top 25. Clearly expectations are flying your way, but with that might come some roadblocks.
Well, I think you got to take every week and every opponent one at a time. The number beside your name doesn't matter right now. The number matters late in the season. So you want to start the season fast. You want to be gelling on offense and on defense. I think that's the challenge early here.
Absolutely. Figuring out who you are. Obviously some talented pieces, well thought of in the top 25, but a lot of season to go out and prove it. Day one, game one. Make that first impression.
And the Tar Heels will snap it on 1st and 10. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Here's Raiola to throw. Takes the easy completion. He's like a pinball with attitude out there, hammering ahead to the 30.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Motion from the wide receiver. Again, it's Raiola. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he's tackled, brought down at the 19. They're into the red zone with another first down.
And, man, this is exactly what you want as a play caller. You want to get your quarterback settled, give him some bunnies early to make some plays so he's feeling bulletproof. 4 for 4 to start the game. Yes, please. Offensive coordinator Jesse, I'm giving him an A+ so far for checking those boxes.
Well, he's done a good job getting his quarterback prepped for this one, too, because watching this guy throw the ball, he's making quick decisions, and he's throwing the ball with a lot of conviction. You can tell this guy watched a lot of film. He has the answers to the test early in this game.
operating in the red zone here on second down. Red pass, it's complete. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Wide receiver going in motion. Trying to squeak through the pile. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
Complete. They get him on the ground, but not before he keeps his opening drive alive with a fourth down conversion. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
Nah, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the threes. We need sixes.
Tar Heel. They punctuate the chance with a trip to the end zone. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. They put together an 81-yard drive, and it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. From a couple of yards deep, he'll bring it out. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. They'll run for it. It's Parker. Oh, he's got some space. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he's stopped, and it'll be first down.
And that's not a surprise. We all knew and talked about coming in. Who are they going to feature? They give it to him the first play, and he chews up and gets a first down. We're going to see more of that. I'm excited to watch this matchup, but the defense, Jesse, they better get physical. They better get better in a heartbeat.
Well, and they've got to fight some emotion right now, too, because the fans are excited. The offensive line is absolutely juiced after that opening play. They're now getting lathered up. They're now getting excited. They're pointing to the sideline. Run it again. Run the same play again.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Throwing, Imaliava. Rushes on, and they got it. Guys, we've reached the end of the period, and North Carolina's on top as we get a look at the numbers so far. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. From the gun on third down, Iamaleava trying to beat the D deep. Brings it in down the left side. Big play on that one as he works his way all the way to the 28-yard line.
Obviously, massive play by the offense, picking up a big first down on an explosive. But, David, third down defense, it's one thing to allow a first down, but you've got to make tackles. And you can't give up explosive plays like that. At the end of the day, it's all going to come down to fundamentals, and, you know, that is driving their defensive coaching staff crazy.
It's so frustrating. You want to be great on those boxes, right? You want to check those third downs. You don't want to give up explosives. Well, you just did 2 and 1. That's not good for this defense, right? They've got to control that third down a little bit better. They got to snatch some momentum back, and you got to tackle better, man. You got some opportunities to get guys on the ground. You got to accomplish the mission.
Out wide right, it's Phillips. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off cover, because you can tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
They'll try to move the chains on third down from their own 20. A quick completion to the left, looking for the first down. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. On the move from inside his 5. Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You've put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Second and long here. He's changing the play. Here's Raiola to throw. He's got the back in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Well, one of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. The ride. Spins away from the defense. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Let's take a minute and talk about North Carolina. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you...
Snags it, and there's running room. The 40. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The Tar Heels are rolling down the field. And the Tar Heels have it with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, ready. 129, 120, jet. Go!
On the move. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Well, they're trying to go with the QB design run, but nice job defensively. They were not fooled by it. They were physical up front. Guys defeating blocks, able to get that tackle for loss.
Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Making the adjustment on the play. The play fake, Raiola. He'll pull it down and run. There he goes. He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone.
Quarterbacks are, there's so many adjectives to describe them. Calm, cool, collected, accurate, so on and so on. But a lot of times it's just smart. And understanding the situation, the down and distance, and knowing where that 1st down marker is. Great job going to get that 1st down. New set of downs.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. The handoff. Got some room, headed to the goal line. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, North Carolina! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finished it off with an exclamation point, running it in from the 19. And he's coming out of the end zone. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Here's Iamaleava to throw. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
That's a bad decision by the quarterback. In that area of the field, you have got to be careful. If the guy's not wide open, you've got to throw that football away, because not only are you getting it picked off, but he's returning it now down close to your goal line and setting his offense up in great field position.
Does life get any better than this for an offense to start a drive with a 1st and goal? They'll try to get it in with the run. Trying to move the pile into the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2. He now has 61 yards rushing in this 1st half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener. A very productive play on 1st down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Raiola, rush right in his face. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Wide receiver comes in motion. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. They'll run it on 3rd and goal. He'll be stopped short. Could not drive his way into the end zone, and now they're faced with 4th and goal.
And how about the response from this defense? Put in a horrible situation, horrible field position. Jesse, they've bowed their necks 3 times in a row.
Yeah, and it's a sudden change situation, and they practice that all week. You never know when they're going to come up, but you have to have guys on the field playing with a sense of urgency. This has been awesome defensively.
They can make this a 2-possession game with a field goal, but they want to put a little distance, a little cushion to their lead. They'll go for it on 4th down. Caught. And they will score! Touchdown, UNC! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they close that drive going to the air for the final few inches. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Conley.
Thanks so much, fellas. Here inside our EA Sports Studios, welcome into the Week 0 College Football Update Show. We begin with Arizona State taking on the number 16, the Arkansas Razorbacks. And it's the Sun Devils in one of those old-school fight-in-a-phone-booth games. Neither team has been able to break out offensively, but it feels like the one that does will come away today with a signature win. Now let's take a peek at some of the other contests around the country, games that promise to have an impact on the top 25.
The Bruins offense makes its way onto the field, hoping to get things going here. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
Iamaleava. Caught in the backfield, it's Parker.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Iamaleava from the gun on 3rd down. Firing to the right, complete. He won't quite get to the marker, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the 1st down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the 1st down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline and go straight ahead to get it. They'll go with Parker. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the 1st down and a gutsy call to keep this drive alive.
And 4th and inches for me is a green light anywhere on the field. I'm going to run the football. I'm going to be physical. I'm going to go to my play. I know I can get it. I like the play call on 4th and inches to go for it.
The Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. Throwing, Iamaleava. Looking to the big tight end. It's dropped after taking the hit.
And if this offense is going to get back in the football game, those are the plays they have to make. Like, they have to make contested catches. They got to find a way to get some points, to create some explosive plays. Those 50-50 balls, when you get your hand on it, man, they got to start making those plays.
Into the third quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Iamaleava. Going for the big play. He's got it down the field. Makes the grab and a nice gain. Gets it to the 35.
And that's a nice job by this offense. They got to find a way to continue to string good plays together. They've had a few, but they haven't put 3, 4, 5, 6 together, putting a drive like this together. Now, let's go pay this thing off and punch it in the end zone.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Phillips. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be first down.
Really nice job responding by the offense here. They watched the opponent go down the field and score a touchdown on that last drive, and you can see the quarterback there in the commercial break. He's telling his guys, let's go. We're going to go get this one. Everybody lock in. And that's what you're seeing on this drive. Doing a really, really nice job. They look confident. They're trying to score a touchdown themselves.
The screen, he's got wheels. And the Bruins can really attack on this 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Odom. Got some room, entered to the goal line. Touchdown, Bruins! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him, huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So they put together a 9-play, 75-yard drive. And the score comes on a 17-yard throw for the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. He'll be brought down at the 22-yard line. Good coverage on that one. His return is stopped short of the 25. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. See some running room. Turning it on. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
They've got a 1st and 10 at the 34. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. They'll ride the hot hand. Stopped after a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll move the wide receiver.
Ready, go!
From the gun. And he's brought down after a short gain. Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Motion from the wideout. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola on 3rd down. Finds the big tight end. And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30.
Man, this has been a fun one to watch, guys. Like, this is quarterback play at a high level. It's fun to watch guys that are executing, that are going through their progressions, making big play after big play. Both these guys, you got to tip your cap because the quarterback play so far today has been absolutely outstanding.
1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So 1st down will open up the final period.
Here we go, ready? Jet. Go.
Working the ground game. Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? You've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
Now on 2nd down, they want to keep moving forward and keep that clock churning. They'll send the back in motion. Throwing Raiola. Got it behind the line. It's Shipp. He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. They'll have a 1st down here, a Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Gets the back moving. Motion from the wide receiver. Play action with Raiola. Got rid of it quickly, but it's incomplete.
And this offense shows right away on 1st down. They're willing to pass down here. Does this soften them up a little bit for the run here on 2nd down and goal?
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver going in motion. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
It's looking like they're going to have to try to throw this one into the end zone here on 3rd down, David. Quarterback's got to be careful. Can't get greedy because you know these windows, they close fast.
Extremely tight windows. Find your big body guys that you know can win in contested situations here on 3rd down.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Here's Raiola to throw. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed. That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good to decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a two-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
He'll bring it out. He'll be out of bounds short of the 25 at the 22-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Got a man, it's Odom. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Bruins racing to the line in the hurry-up. Got him right there. They'll need a bunch on second down. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Iamaleava. Looking for a deep man. And the throw downfield winds up incomplete, and there's a good reason for that. This guy was being mugged by the defender. Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty.
Here we go. Ready.
Looking downfield, it's Iamaleava. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Fires the pass, intercepted. Got room on the return. He's at the 50. At the 30. Goes out of bounds at the 13, and man, is this offense set up now.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the fourth quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
The North Carolina offense returns to the field. And that interception might well be the nail in the coffin. Offense gets the ball back, up by 2 scores. And he stopped right there, no gain on the play.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Here's Raiola to throw. Back's got it on the screen. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. Red Evan on the RPO. Touchdown, Tar Heels! And they take it in for 6 more points. He'll try to tack on one more. And that extra point is a big one as they now have a 3-possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Throwing, Iamaleava. Escapes the pressure going right. That's caught. It's Odom. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the first down, you get out of bounds, you work in the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
That big play is just what they needed. Now they have it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Holds on. It's Odom. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down.
And that's a great job executing the drag route. You just bring the big fella across the formation, wait for him to come open. The quarterback does a good job seeing him, finds him in the hole, hits him. Perfect job.
Here's Iamaleava to throw. Great job to separate the ball from the receiver there.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Long way to go on 2nd down. Nico Iamaleava throwing again. Unloads to the wideout. And he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. First play of the drive comes from the 41. They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Runs for the tackle. Nice stiff arm there, but the defense still able to stop him for a short gain.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down.
Red 18. Go.
Raiola. Turns it upfield. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
And that just shows you the team speed this defense has. As soon as they identify who's got the ball, they are around and surrounding that ball carrier so quickly.
Quarterback signaling to his guys. Motion from the wideout. They're in the gun. Here's Dylan Raiola. Got him quickly. Able to haul it in, but right to the ground he goes. Only a pickup of a couple.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop, I think he could have converted that with a throw vertically down the field. Instead, he got lazy, checked it down to his running back, and now they're setting up 4th down.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Let's see if they can put together a drive starting from their own 28. quarterback keeper. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
And that's good enough for a first down.
Break.